So we're back again. Before we get into today's video, I did want to let you guys know that this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. Good morning, my lovelies, my beauties, my friends. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around, take a chance in hearing some things that I have to say. And if you are a returning subscriber, y'all already know, y'all are my babies. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope you all are having a wonderful week so far. This is another reminder to you guys that Father's Day is on Sunday, okay? Go and get some beef jerky for the love of God and put it in a bag with a bow on it or something. So part 2 of the interview has been released. And now what I'm understanding, I thought it was going to be part 1 plus part 2. And then on Friday, they would release 1 and 2 together. But it sounds like there's going to be a lot more released on Friday. So if there is more stuff, then we'll react to it. If it's just all the same stuff, then we'll just move on until something else happens. Hopefully nothing else is going to happen after this, but we're going to see. Oh, and do you guys remember us talking about the documentaries coming out, or me saying, I know documentary? I mean, look at what happened with the whole Watts situation. I mean, 2-3 years later, they were still releasing documentaries on Netflix, and this is going to be no different. Well, I had a few of you guys emailing me and sending me messages over on Instagram that this documentary right here is coming out. I don't know this person. I don't know. They could be famous. They could be, I have no idea who these producers are, but just so y'all know, here's one coming out in October of 2022. According to IMDb. So, and that ain't gonna be it. There's gonna be plenty more. Before we get into this review, I just want to remind y'all, I'm not a professional. Please go and do your own research, form your own opinions. Just don't show hate to anybody.
There's a text message where Johnny promises total global humiliation for you. Do you feel like that came true?
I don't know if this is a ploy for sympathy. I don't know if this is her gearing up for her acting. You know, I've got to act. Oh, you remember I'm the victim here. That's what it feels like. You know, it does not feel genuine. And I could be wrong. I'm not her. This is just my opinion. But it just seems like, oh yeah, this is the part. People are going to feel sorry. He promised me this. Oh.
I know he promised it. I testified to this. I'm not a good victim, I get it. I'm not a likable victim. I'm not a perfect victim. But when I testified, I asked the jury to just see me as human and hear his own words, which is a promise to do this. It feels as though he has.
The jury did see Amber. We all seen Amber, but we didn't see or buy the story that it feels like she was selling. That's the problem, and that's what Amber is so upset about, allegedly. Now, as far as the promise of global humiliation, the way that I took that is, first of all, he didn't make that promise to her. That was a text message to somebody else, okay? If you guys don't know, they allegedly pulled 10 years of Johnny Depp's text messages. 10 years. Oh my gosh. Do you remember what you said 10 years ago? He wasn't promising her global humiliation because he wanted to hurt her. It's because she kept at him, just like she's still doing to this day. She kept at him, and he's saying she's begging for global humiliation. And it's exactly what happened. And this is it. And then she's still got the nerve to sit up here and be victimized by her own action. Make it stop. Oh my gosh. She,
Having been found liable, are you nervous as we are here today about what you can say now?
Of course. I took for granted what I assumed was my right to speak.
Do you feel like you could be sued again by him for defamation?
I'm scared that no matter what I do, no matter what I say or how I say it, every step that I take will present another opportunity for this sort of silencing, which is what I guess a defamation lawsuit is meant to do. It's meant to take your voice.
She has got a funny way of showing that she's scared. Again, she sat up there on that stand and begged Johnny. All she wanted was to live her life and for him to leave her alone. And look at what we're all seeing. She should be scared, although I don't think he's going to sue her again. I think he's probably sitting with his hands in his head like, just stop. Stop. Go live your life. Go be this mom that you say that you want to be. Like, why are you doing this? Like, go. Give it some time. Let people settle down and go on to the next big thing and breathe. But not only is she doing this, her lawyers did their first PR lap. Remember, they did it before anybody, literally the very next day. But then she's got the nerve to sit up there when that question is asked, is to victimize herself again by saying, I took for granted my First Amendment right. And it's like, it's just unbelievable. You know what this makes me think of? Me and my friend were having a conversation yesterday, how when y'all see these interviews, right, and you see her just ducking and dodges any kind of responsibility, if it does stick to her, she pulls it off and throws it onto Johnny Depp, right? Imagine what it was like being married to her. Imagine not even just Johnny Depp, but any of you trying to have a conversation with a person like this. If they can go through this whole trial period and do this, okay? If they can have the evidence in their face and the whole entire world just about being like, we see what you've done, and they still keep, imagine how impossible it was to be in a marriage with this person. No wonder Johnny Depp stayed twisted all the way out, y'all. You know, he was probably more comfortable with the ice cream melting in his lap, leaned over like this, than he was having to deal with this. You know, as more time goes on, the more I sympathize for Johnny Depp, who I think is a whole hot mess too. It's just, she's not doing herself no favors. It's bad. It's bad.
Life had seemingly moved on, and you decide to write an op-ed. Why did you do that?
Because the op-ed wasn't about my relationship with Johnny.
But it alluded to him. It was unmistakable.
You know, what the op-ed was about was, you know, me loaning my voice to a bigger cultural conversation that we were having at the time.
Did you worry, gosh, I'd love to be a person weighing in on these cultural issues, but that's going to stir this all up again?
I obviously knew it was important for me not to make it about him or to do anything like defame him. I had lawyers, teams of lawyers, review all the drafts of this.
Okay. Do we even need to go into this? We don't really even need to go into this, right? Because we all know what the op-ed said. We all know the perfect timing that the op-ed came out. We all know that Amber got with like the legal team at the ACLU to make sure that this was released a week after Aquaman, so it would, you know, gain more traction. We all know that they purposely put things in there about Johnny Depp that without saying his name, they went back and forth. And she hired a lawyer, a guy that went to court and said he was a super lawyer so she wouldn't get sued, which she did anyways. And then we also know that she got on the stand multiple times and admitted that she wrote it, and she wrote it because of Johnny Depp. Okay, so now she's sitting here saying this again, which is like we're all feeling like we're in crazy town, right? But I wanted to add this to you guys. If you look up the op-ed, see this photo right here? They have added an editor's note as of June 2nd, 2022, and it says, in 2019, Johnny Depp sued Amber Heard for defamation arising out of this 2018 op-ed. On June 1st of 2022, following a trial in Fairfax County, Virginia, Circuit Court, a jury found Heard liable on 3 counts for the following statements, which Depp claimed were false and defamatory. 1, 2, and 3. Y'all can read those. The jury separately found that Johnny Depp, through his lawyer Adam Waldman, defamed Heard in one of the 3 counts. So her lending her voice to the movement is why she did this. Okay, now this op-ed is got right up here. So now everybody that reads this knows about the, just stop. Can we just stop? Can we just stop?
When you wrote this op-ed, it was the height of Me Too. Legions of powerful men being canceled, losing their jobs. Did you want that to happen to Johnny Depp?
Of course not. Of course not. It wasn't about him. This was a hoax, according to his team. Why didn't I cooperate with the police? As I've testified before, and I will stand by until my dying day, I didn't want to cooperate with them. I didn't want this to be out.
It is alleged, okay, now I don't know, I wasn't there, that Amber's friends that were at the penthouse with her that night are the ones that went and called the cops. It seems like it was a setup, okay? That's why Waldman said that it was a hoax. That's why he said that. And, although it wasn't proven that in court, it's definitely what it looked like. But again, I wasn't there. When the cops came there, Amber didn't want to speak to them. In my opinion, it's because she knew she was lying. She didn't want to go that far and put herself in criminal by filing a false police report. That's the first thing. Second thing is she would be able to use that as leverage against Johnny Depp. If you guys don't remember, there was a letter that she wrote him that some people feel like it was a blackmail letter. Some people feel like it was absolutely normal. When he told her he wanted a divorce, he was done, okay? She said, okay, I better go file for a divorce first so I can look good. Then she writes him a letter saying, oh, I've got all of this evidence. You need to give me $50,000 a month. I want the Range Rover. I want like 3 penthouses. I want that. And he was like, oh, heck no. So why didn't she cooperate with the police? There's plenty good reasons why she didn't.
I didn't want this to be known. I didn't want to cooperate with them because I didn't want this to be, I didn't want to get him in trouble. If it was a hoax, I could have done that.
But 5 days later, you went to court and it came out.
5 days later, I made the decision to stand up for myself and protect myself.
Stand up for yourself and protect yourself, sister. He was in another country and you knew that. But on the recording, you told him the reason why you went and got the restraining order was so you could stay in the penthouse with your friends because you said somebody told you that they was going to kick you out. And then you got on the stand and said the reason why you filed for the restraining order was because I just wanted to change the locks. I just wanted to change the locks. While you was bringing in Tom, Dick, and Harry, up there spending the night and all this stuff the next nights. This is just so unbelievable. It is so unbelievable. This is the thing. Amber believes her own mess. She really does.
You can't get a restraining order in private, which of course I didn't understand the night when the cops were called.
An employee of TMZ testified at court and said that TMZ was tipped off about when you were going to be going to the courthouse and on what side of your face bruises would be apparent. Did you tip off TMZ?
I was going to say, he certainly didn't get tipped off by me or anyone in my...
tip off TMZ?
Why would they? No.
Everybody's lying but Amber. And let me tell you something. In my opinion, okay, if Amber or nobody in her camp, her team or anything tipped off TMZ, they would have been running to TMZ to get paperwork proving that. They would have wanted that TMZ guy to come and testify. But I don't know if you guys remember, Amber Heard's lawyer fought to keep the TMZ guy from testifying. Why? Why? You were none of your people. Why? You should have been like, heck yeah, come on, prove me right. See, we had nothing to do with this. But they didn't want him in, and now he's a rando and all this stuff.
You asked no one to do that.
As I testified to before, it had nothing to do with me.
There are different incidents that you testified to, and the Depp legal team would put up pictures of you publicly right after that or in the days following and saying that why are there no bruises?
Again, it's that thing. If you have bruising, if you have injuries, it's fake. If you don't have any, then you weren't injured.
You know what I thought about when she said that? And we've already covered that. That is not at all how I see things. But it's funny that Amber says that, because when she discredits Johnny's witnesses every time, well, how about, you know, for Johnny's witnesses, if you work for him and you were there every single day, you're only testifying because you're getting a payroll or your life depends on it. If you don't work for him and have no financial connection to him, then you're a rando that's just wanting to be in the Johnny show. See how that goes both ways? This is unbelievably, unbelievable.
You had promised to donate the $7 million of your divorce settlement to charity. It was revealed at trial that you haven't done so yet. However, they played a tape where you stayed on the air that you have donated it. Do you think that raised questions as to your credibility with the jury?
I made a pledge, and that pledge is made over time by its nature. And
when you say I donated, you know that everybody thinks that you've donated it, not that you've pledged it. So for the jurors sitting there, do you think they felt like that was you getting caught in a lie?
I don't know, because so much of I feel like so much of the trial was meant to cast aspersions on who I am as a human, my credibility, to call me a liar in every way you can. And
that was the trial. It was a credibility contest.
Can we not just talk about how good Savannah Guthrie is doing? Not that I'm anybody special, but I'm quite impressed, because typically people in the mainstream media, they tiptoe around everything, but she's actually asking her good, tough questions. Now, Amber is dodging them like a ninja in the night, right? Like, oh, but hey, Savannah's coming through.
And
that was it.
This is another one of the examples where if you pull back and you think about it, I shouldn't have to have donated it.
Oh Lord, she shouldn't have. No, you never had to donate the money. Nobody expected you to. But again, you wanted to be able to put that out to the world, because it's about your image and your mask, right? Like the mask, okay? So when everybody started calling her a gold digger, she had to figure out a way to, got to get that mask back on. Okay, I'm donating it. And I don't know if you guys remember, there is a contract that was showed by, I believe, the ACLU person that testified, that said that Amber will donate $350,000 for 10 years. They sent it to Amber. Amber never signed it. And I believe she didn't sign it because she didn't want to be legally bound, because she wasn't going to pay them that money. She was wanting it to go away and just be quiet. And I think she really thought that it would.
In an effort to be believed, I shouldn't have had to earmark the entirety of that in order to have.
You shouldn't have, but once you said you did.
Right, which is where it was intended to go.
How do you see your future now?
I get to be a mom, like, full time, you know, where I'm not having to juggle calls with lawyers.
One day you may want to tell your daughter about this, or have to tell your daughter about everything that you've gone through.
Now, this is interesting. She said, I get to be a mom full time. And that makes me wonder how. How do you get to be a full-time mom? How are you paying your bills, or who is paying your bills? And then I'm going to bring something else up. And again, I don't know how true this is. This could be wrong or whatever. But there are photos floating around that show the private jet that Amber, got out of, and compared it to Elon's private jet. And I mean, it looks exactly the same. Doesn't mean it is. I am curious, how do you get to be a stay-at-home mom, especially if you're, staying in $22,000 a month rentals? Like, who's paying for that?
What would you want to say?
I think no matter what, it will mean something. I did the right thing. I did everything I could to stand up for myself and the truth. I'm
going to hold back on a lot of things that I want to say as far as her parenting, because that's a real touchy subject, but I really hope that Amber gets some help. Even, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt in this statement, even if everything Amber's saying is true, okay? And we have all just been bamboozled by everybody, right? Which I don't believe. But even if everything she's saying is true, she needs to heal. She needs help. She needs to step away from the limelight. I mean, look, everybody was talking about Will Smith a couple months ago. I mean, it was everywhere. And now we're talking about something else. Things will calm down. But as long as she continues to do this, it's not going to. And she's only making herself look worse. And then they played this clip of Johnny talking about her.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you excited?
Yeah, very. She's a wonderful girl. She's sharp as a tack, you know, wonderful, you know, Southern belle, and sweet as can be, and very good for me, you know.
And this is so sad. He tried everything he could to make her happy. He did just about everything other than getting completely sober. And that's another issue. He even married her. It's just sad. That is just so, so sad. And people wonder why people that are successful or celebrities and stuff, just, they're like hermits. You think about people like Robin Williams, right? And just how sad it was that he ended up taking his own life, and all you saw was smiles out of him and stuff. And you just never know what's going on behind the scenes with people and how broken that they may seem, which is also another reason why we should be very careful when we're idolizing these celebrities or anybody online, you know, because you don't really know what happens behind the scenes. And he's sitting here saying this, but we already know at this time he was already going through it. And he was just desperately trying to do anything to make her happy.
On the first day of the trial, you issued a statement, and part of the statement said, "I still have love for Johnny."
Yes.
Is that still true?
Yes.
After everything?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love him. I loved him with all my heart.
And if she is capable of actual love, okay, now I do think there's a difference between love and obsession, okay? But she will always remember Johnny, because nobody is going to do for her like Johnny did for her. I mean, he rolled out the red carpet for her, her family members, did everything he could for all of them. And it just was not good enough. And she will always try to find people that does that much and better. Again, I don't think he was perfect. I'm just saying here, okay?
And I tried the best I could to make a deeply broken relationship work. And I couldn't.
And this is the part that I think she is honest about, okay? She said, "I tried my best to make a deeply broken relationship work." And I absolutely believe that. But unfortunately, in my opinion, her best was manipulation and control. She tried her best to control him, manipulate him, control everything he did, where he went, who he was with, if he went to the movie screenings or if he stayed home with her. You know, like, she tried. She gave it her all. She got her friends involved. She got the cops involved. She took pictures. She got TMZ involved. And she still couldn't control it the way she wanted.
I have no bad feelings or ill will towards him at all. I know that might be hard to understand, or it might be really easy to understand. If you've just ever loved anyone, it should be easy.
So what do you guys think? Like I said, as more and more time goes on, Amber, just stop. Step away, soul searching. Whitney, get your sister. You know, I just feel Whitney just has no say-so in anything. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys, as always, for watching this video. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.
We are dreaming in